Good morning. We will begin our service with the ringing of the temple bell. At this time, please silence your cell phones and listen quietly, as the sounding of the kancho is an invitation to settle our hearts and minds as we prepare to receive the Dharma. Thank you.
Namandavs, 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 namandavs.
Aloha, everyone. So glad to see all of you in temple in spite of the big earthquake that struck our area Friday night. Your presence today means that you were not hurt, for which we are very grateful. Hopefully, your home survived with minimal damage. Let's all find comfort in the Dharma and take refuge in the Buddha's compassion. I am Betty Takeoka, and I will serve as your MC this morning. Minister's assistant Linda Nagai will be officiating today's service. Assisting at the temple with technical support is the Zoom crew of Stephen Kaneko, Wendy Terada, and Joey Guzman. Corinne Chong is our organist, and I will lead the singing. Please rise and let us start the service with the Vandana and Tisarana. Please chant both the Pali and English parts together with Linda.
Namo tassa, bhagavato, arahato, samma sambuddhassa. 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 Namo tassa, bhagavato, arahato, samma sam Namandavs, 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 Namandavs.
Please remain standing. Linda will now share an aspiration.
Let's put our hands together in Gasho. As we gather today, together this morning, we do so with many thoughts in our hearts. Some of us may still be feeling unsettled from the earthquake we experienced Friday night. Some may be remembering loved ones on this Memorial Day weekend. And many of us carry our own worries, uncertainties, and concerns that are part of everyday life. Yet, this morning, we come together in the Dharma. We listen to the teachings. We hear the Nimbutsu. We gather as a Sangha, supporting one another just as we are. In moments like these, we are reminded that even in an uncertain world, we are not alone. And perhaps, as we gather together this morning, may we find a sense of comfort and connection in the Dharma, in the Nimbutsu, and in one another. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandavs, Namandavs.
Please be seated. It is now time for the offering of incense. We invite all Sangha members in attendance to please come up and offer incense if you wish, starting with the front rows and moving towards the back. Please use both incense burners. Let us observe a moment of silent meditation.
Namandavs, 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 namandavs.
Linda will now lead us in chanting Gasho to Amida. Words can be found on the laminated handouts in the back of the pews and on the screen.
Gasho to Amida, composed by the Reverend Kenryu Chuji. Gasho to Amida is a hymn that praises the Buddha of infinite light and life and celebrates the activity of great compassion which sustains our lives. This hymn reminds us that we should humbly approach life with palms pressed together in reverence, gratitude, and joy. We chant these words so that we may hear the Dharma and awaken to its virtues of the Buddha. May our voices together express our profound gratitude and appreciation for the Buddha's great benevolence. Gasho to Amida. Namo Amida Butsu. I recite Amida's name with deep joy and gratitude. I gasho to Amida. Trees and grasses and flowers all grow in great compassion. This light shines throughout the world. I gasho to Amida. Flowers bloom and flowers fall. From the seed sprouts new flowers. This is the truth unchanging. I gasho to Amida. Springtime brings the happy birds. Their songs all praise Amida. I join them in Nimbutsu. I gasho to Amida. When I call Amida's name, it's Amida calling me. Buddha's voice, my voice are one. I gasho to Amida. When I'm lonely, I recite Namo Amida Butsu. Then I feel great compassion. I gasho to Amida. Nimbutsu in work and play, every day with Amida, every moment filled with light. I gasho to Amida. Remember the golden chain, kindness to all living things. I will follow this teaching. I gasho to Amida. In the clear bright morning sun, in the fading light of day, in the darkness of the night, I gasho to Amida. Namo Amida Butsu. I live in great compassion. This great power guides my life. I gasho to Amida. Namanda Bu. Namanda Bu. Namanda Bu. Namanda Bu. Namanda Bu. Namanda Bu. The virtue of Amida's vow is shared equally by all, together attaining awakened mind. We are born in the land of peace. Namandavs, 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 namandavs.
Please rise for the Gatha, the wondrous gift of peace. Words can be found on page 220 in the purple Gatha book and on the screen. Again, page 220. We who flounder in the turmoil treasures their wondrous gift of peace. Thank you. You may be seated. Today's Dharma message will be shared by Linda.
Namandavs Naman. Let's put our hands together in Gassho. Shinran Shonin writes, "The light of compassion illumines us from afar. Those beings it reaches, it is taught, attain the joy of Dharma. So take refuge in Amida, in great consolation. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo." These words remind us that even in uncertain times, even when we feel fear, unsettled, or alone, the light of compassion is always reaching towards us. Before we begin this morning, I would like to take a moment to hold in our hearts those affected by the earthquake that we experienced Friday night. Although many of us are thankfully safe and we did not experience major damage, we know that the epicenter was close to Hunau, and we also know that some of our Sangha members and families live in the areas most affected. So this morning, we hold everyone who may still be feeling shaken, uncertain, or unsettled in our thoughts and hearts, wishing for their safety and well-being. Moments like these remind us how quickly life can change and how little control we sometimes have over the world around us. And perhaps it is especially in these times like these that we turn towards the Dharma, towards the Nimbutsu, and toward one another for comfort, support, and reassurance that we are not alone. And perhaps it is in moments like these that we begin to realize what Shinran Shonin was pointing to. That even in uncertainty, fear, and change, the light of compassion continues to reach towards us. Perhaps this is why we can say the Pure Land is not far away. Sometimes when we hear the words Pure Land, we might imagine it's a place far away, almost like a distant paradise. And for a long time, I think I understood it that way too. But over time, through listening to the teachings and taking classes at IBS, I've come to realize that Pure Land is not just about where we go. It's about something we can experience even here in our everyday lives. In the Buddhist tradition, the Pure Land is often described as a beautiful place, filled with light, peaceful sounds, and a sense of harmony. But rather than thinking of it as a physical place we will travel to one day, we might understand it as a way of experiencing something much deeper. A world shaped with compassion, a life touched by wisdom, a feeling being held just as we are. In Jodo Shinshu, we learn about Amida Buddha, whose vow is to embrace all beings without exception. Not just when we're doing well, not just when we feel strong, but when we are struggling, uncertain, or lost. In fact, especially then, because the truth is, we are all what Shinran Shonin called Bombu, ordinary human beings filled with blind passion. We worry, we get frustrated, we feel unsure of ourselves, We don't always know the right thing to do, and we don't always do the right thing. And yet, just as we are embraced. For me, this becomes real through the Nembutsu. When I say Namo Amida Butsu, it's not something I say to achieve something to become better. It's more like a quiet moment of recognition, almost like taking a breath and remembering. I am already held in compassion. And so the Nembutsu becomes a simple thank you. When we look beyond our own temple and community, we also begin to see that this teaching is shared by many people in different parts of the world. In some traditions, especially in other countries, people chant the name of Amida Buddha as someone approaches the end of life, finding comfort and peace in those final moments. And when you see that, it's very moving, because even though the language may be different, even though the customs may look different, the feeling is very familiar. It is the same turning towards something greater than ourselves, the same longing for peace, the same trust that we are not alone. Here in Hawaii, we experience life in our own way. We live in the beauty of the islands, but also with uncertainty. Storms come, the fog rolls in. Sometimes the earth itself suddenly shakes beneath us. Sometimes the future feels unclear. And in those moments, we are reminded how little control we have. But it is also in those moments that the Nembutsu becomes something we can return to. Not as a solution to fix everything, but as an anchor, as a gentle reminder, even now, just as I am embraced. Monday, we will observe Memorial Day. Many people will pause to remember loved ones who have passed on before us. Family members, friends, and those who gave their lives in service to others. And when we remember them, we often realize that those we love do not feel completely far away. Sometimes it may be through a photograph, sometimes through a story someone tells us, sometimes through a familiar song, or even quiet moments when a memory suddenly comes into our hearts. And in those moments, there can be feeling that the distance between us is not great after all. Through memory, through gratitude, through the lives that they touched, their presence still continues in us. When we gather at temple, whether it's for a Sunday service, a special observance, or even just a quiet moment, we may feel a sense of calm, a sense of connection, not only with the people around us, but with those who came before us. Many of our temples here in Hawaii were built by earlier generations who faced many hardships, and yet they hold on to the Nembutsu. It gave them strength. It gave them comfort. It reminded them that they were not alone. In the same way we say Namo Amida Butsu today, we are part of the same flow across time, across cultures, across generations. And perhaps this too helps us understand the meaning of the Pure Land, not as something distant and unreachable at this present time, but as an awakening to compassion, gratitude, and connection that continues to surround us even now. What we begin to see is the outward forms may look different. The language may change. The customs may vary. But at the heart of all, the same human experience. We all face uncertainty. We all experience fear, loss, and change. And we all long for peace, for connection, for reassurance. The teaching of the Pure Land reminds us that peace is not something we have to create on our own. It's something already reaching out to us, already embracing us, already saying, it's okay just as you are. So whether you're in temple, offering chanting to others, or simply pausing in the middle of a busy day, the Nimbutsu can arise. Namo Amida Butsu, a simple expression of gratitude, of connection, of being held in compassion. And in that moment, we may begin to realize the Pure Land is not far away. It is here, in the awakening of gratitude, in the feeling of being embraced, in knowing that we are not alone. So now, let us put our hands together in Gassho and recite the Nimbutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Namo. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. I will now lead us in unison reading of the Shinshu Pledge. Words can be found on the laminated handouts in the back of the pews and on the screen. Please recite the passage together with me. I take my refuge in the vow of the Buddha. Reciting the name, I will live through life with strength and serenity. I revere the light of the Buddha. I will put my effort in my work with self-reflection and gratitude. I follow the teachings of the Buddha. Discerning the right path, I will spread the true Dharma. I rejoice in the compassion of the Buddha. I will respect and help others and do my best for the welfare of humankind. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you, everyone. We will now have the offertory presentation. Mahalo for your generosity. Please rise as we will conclude this service with singing of the Gatha Nembutsu.
Namandavs, 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 namandavs.
You may be seated. So this concludes today's service, and here are some announcements of upcoming schedule of services and events. Next Sunday, May 31st, Military Remembrance Service will be held at 10 o'clock a.m., sponsored by the Konohonganji Boy Scouts Troop 59. Reverend Blaine will share a Dharma message. Sunday, June 7th, regular Dharma Family Service will be held at 10 a.m. Minister's Assistant Linda Nagai will share a Dharma message. Save the date of Saturday, June 13th, for the 2026 Obong Fest at the Makaeo Pavilion at the Old Kona Airport. This event is a kickoff to the Obong season. There will be lots of craft booths, food trucks, and cultural activities. Craft vendors will open at 4 p.m., and at 5 p.m., the program begins with a short service followed by fun bon dancing until 9 o'clock p.m. Volunteers are needed to help with the retail donation booth, comfort crew, and to set up and break down. Donations of drinks as well as monetary donations will be greatly appreciated by June 5th. Please refer to Reverend Blaine's weekly email and the June Jiho for information of shifts and other details. So don't forget, June 13th. Where? What time does the booths open? Again, when do we start dancing? All right. And then we will have bon dance practices prior to that. So there is a schedule, I think, posted up. But most of the times it's on Mondays and Thursdays. Correct, Alan? Mondays, Thursdays, yeah? Yeah, it's starting at 7:30. Yeah, 7:30. So if you would like to come to bon dance practice, we'll have it at the social hall, usually Mondays and Thursdays at 7:30, starting in June, yeah, until the Bon Fest time. Oh yeah, and then this Thursday, we will have the Bombu Bon Dancing thingy, which is our monthly, and anybody is welcome to come. All bon dancing practices, anybody is welcome to come. Okay, and that one at 7 o'clock, yeah. So this Thursday, 7 o'clock, the one starting in June will be at 7:30. You got it? Well, just come to the main event and dance, okay? All right. Any other announcements, Linda? Anyone? I just wanted to make a little introduction. We have the last few Sundays, we have a new volunteer which we recruited for our Zoom crew. I'd like to introduce our former Dharma School student, Justin Chiraki. Justin, stand up. Stand up. Thank you, Justin. Nice to have you back and helping out. Yeah, so he's in training now, so he'll be part of the Zoom crew. And we are, anytime any of you feel a need to learn how to run the Zoom crew, just let any of them know, or let me know, because we're in constant recruitment mode, okay? So anybody wanna use your technical skills, please help us out, thanks. Okay, so those of you on Zoom may leave at any time. Those of you here in person, refreshments will be served in the conference room. Thank you to Maki Yamaguchi, Glenda Yamagata Pasalakwa, and Molly Nakano for providing today's refreshments, and to anyone else who brought goodies to share. Mahalo to Wendy Terada for preparing the altar rice balls. Your attendance today is very much appreciated. Please stay safe, and we hope to see you at future services and at the Obong Fest. Thank you very much. Mahalo.